small towns to big cities and everywhere in between. We're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another 30-minute celebration of the American spirit. I'm Ernie Anastas. Well, you know, far too often we can get caught up on thinking about negative things happening all around us, right? That can happen. But what if you could actually flip that around? I believe that if you decide, you can change your life dramatically for the better. Remember, too, that everything affects our thinking and mood, like the people that we hang out with, what we watch, what we listen to, even the food that we eat. As a matter of fact, my first guest has some research that proves that food plays a major role in keeping our brains healthy. She is the former food and nutrition director of Health Magazine and now has a thriving private practice helping people live healthier and happier lives. Frances Largeman-Roth, so good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Ernie. It's so great to see you, and thank you so much for having me on the show.
Well, it's great to have you. And, you know, we want to talk about brain food. A lot of people hear about that and say, what exactly is it? Explain it. What is brain food?
Well, brain food is food that supports our brain, whether that's to help protect the brain or to help keep our memory sharp. Never too early and never too late. And it's something that we should really all be thinking about. You know, I think about it for my kids and for their learning and for their memory and their retention in class, you know, the ability to retain information. But also as we age, we want to have sharp brains in our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Sure. We have an aging population, right? So we have to take care of that noggin.
Well, what exactly should we be thinking about? I mean, when you say brain food, spell it out for us. We have to know where it is, where we can find it, and what are the good things for us.
Absolutely, and I have a lot of them here with me today. Everything from fatty fish that's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, because I don't know if you know this, Ernie, but our brains are 60% fat. And half of that fat is the omega-3 fatty acids. So we actually need to be giving our brains a steady supply of that. Also, dark leafy greens, also berries, which I have here today. Those blueberries would match your suit nicely. And also the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, extra virgin olive oil.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I mean, we use it a lot in our cooking at home. I have to ask you, I mean, this kind of food helps us to live healthier, less stress. Everybody's dealing with stress these days. Does it really bring the level down?
Yes, because there are actually nutrients that can affect serotonin levels in the brain. So salmon is one of those foods. Also yogurt, which is in the parfaits here, they actually help to boost serotonin levels. And serotonin is the feel-good neurotransmitter in the brain. So these not only help improve brain health, but also help to bring that stress level down. And you are absolutely right. We are all dealing with crazy amounts of stress.
Yes, that's for sure. Hey, people are watching us at home, wherever they are, and they're saying, okay, set me up for this. How do I regulate it? How do I discipline myself to actually do this? What's the best plan?
Well, make it easy and make it delicious. So I have these salmon tacos here. You know, you might think, oh, kids won't really eat salmon. Well, if you offer it to them, you know, time and time again, they will start to like it, especially if you put it in something like a taco with some crunchy slaw. That's easy. And then this parfait that I have here with the blueberries, which are super rich in antioxidants, a certain type called anthocyanin, which gives them their bright blue color. A little yogurt, some walnuts, which also have a brain boosting effect from the omega-3, and then cacao nibs on top. So this is the cocoa bean crushed up. They're so good for you. They're really easy to sprinkle on things. So make it easy. You know, I'm all about making healthy eating easy.
And the idea is to make it fun for kids, especially in families, right?
Exactly, yes. So, you know, if you say, well, my kid just won't eat any of this stuff, well, then there are products on the market. There's a company called Brainiac. They make brain bars and brain butter, which have omega-3.
Your dog in the background is having a little fun, a little hungry, right?
Yes, that is my dog a lot. I have to keep everything food related here. But yes, that's the dangers of working from home, right?
That's okay. We understand it. That's what TV is about. Very quickly, what's the great thing about America? Quickly.
Our national parks, our amazing national parks.
National parks, I agree. You know, a lot of people would say we have to explore more of our country and look out there and see all the wonderful places. I think you probably have some favorites too that you'll share with us another time. Hey, Frances, you've done a great job. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ernie.
And right after a quick break, we'll explore one of the most important subjects of all, our kids. And especially when we talk with Jeanette Yoffe with some important information on foster care and adoption. Great story. Stay with us.
I'm Jose. I love playing my bongos, and I love watching Ernie on Positively America.
We love playing sports as a family.
And we love Positively America!
And hey there, welcome back, and I'm really happy that you're joining us here. Let's talk about one of my favorite subjects, kids. And my next guest is a psychotherapist and the executive director and founder of the Celia Center in Los Angeles. Her desire to become a therapist with a special focus on adopted and foster care issues is quite personal. It comes from her own experience of being adopted and moving through the foster care system. Let's bring her in right now, Dr. Jeanette Yoffe.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here with you today, Ernie.
Well, so nice to have you here today, Doctor. You are just bursting right off the screen with that wonderful, amazing smile. I know you're a therapist and office there looks beautiful, and that really is important, right? To make all of the kids that you have there just feel comfortable. And I'm assuming that the more comfortable that they are, the more progress you can make, right? Sure.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm a psychotherapist and I want to create an environment of emotional safety with children. So I want to create an environment that's inviting so kids feel emotionally safe, because I'm a therapist and we're going to be talking about some vulnerable topics together.
Well, this is fundamental for sure. Safety and comfort are all very essential. Now, I know that you have written a couple of books on this very important subject, correct? And you can also hold those up if you have them, because they're beautiful, Jeanette. Yeah, I love them. They're just great success stories helping so many children. I know you've spoken about this publicly. It's very personal, isn't it, for you? It means a lot.
Yes, I was raised in the New York State foster care system. I was in the system for 6.5 years, and then I was adopted into another home when I was 7.5. Oh. So I know this experience inside and out, and that's why what inspired me to become a psychotherapist competent in foster care and adoption.
Well, you're doing a great job, and you're clearly having a positive impact on so many children facing the issues that you faced. So tell us how important it is, because of the work you do, to learn and have kids share love and being good role models. That's proving to be very effective and very resilient.
Of course. And we are resilient. We just need people around us supporting us and understanding our vulnerabilities, because we will have them, and our strengths.
Right.
Because we can get through this, but we need the right support. So I teach parents that kids who've been in foster care and or adoption need a different approach to parenting. They can't be parented like children who have not been adopted or placed in multiple foster homes. They need a different approach. And that's attachment parenting and trauma-informed parenting. Because typically the reason why children enter the foster care system is because of abuse and neglect by their caregiver. Mm-hmm. So the attachment is crucial for the parent to understand the impact of their relationship with the child. So it's inspiring work, and when it's done well and parents understand these pieces, children do feel more secure, and they're able to develop and make a difference like I'm doing in the world, had I not had my foster and adoptive family.
And you know, you talk a lot about adoption. We do hear a lot of more activity with people who are adopting children within their own family. They have children of their own, and then they adopt 2 or 3 others, making it just a real loving environment. Isn't that a nice new trend that we're seeing here? Wonderful stuff.
Oh yes, because there's a minimum of 407,000 children to 422,000 children in the foster care system today. So we do need more foster adoptive parents willing to step up and go, you know what, I do have the financial means and the ability to raise more children. Of course, I want to give back to society and help a child have a better life and give them a second chance. So it's very important that parents consider even though they have biological children, consider taking in and adopting a child who's been in foster care.
The things we like to do on our program is to help people beyond our interview. You've given us great information today. If people want more, how can they get involved? What can they do? What suggestions do you have for them? Tell us more about that.
Well, they can become a foster parent by contacting their local Department of Children and Family Services and go through their certification process. Becoming a foster parent, you can also be a respite parent. You can be an emergency placement parent, so that when a child enters the foster care system, they have a place to go and stay, whether it's a minimum of 1 month to 3 months, while the social worker is looking for a more permanent home for that child. Because it's a process. And also you can become a respite caregiver for a foster parent. Foster parents are overwhelmed, they need support, they need respite. Because parenting a child who's been through a traumatic experience can be very taxing on the parent. So.
We do understand that, and we thank you for all you do, okay? It was a real pleasure speaking with you today, Dr. Yoffe. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Take
for
good care.
having me. All right, take good care.
All right, get ready. When we come right back, you're going to find out more how you can relieve stress, treat heart disease, lower your blood pressure, even reduce pain and sleep better. All that without leaving the comfort of your own couch. That's when Positively America returns. And we're back now with more on Positively America. Thanks for watching us, and I hope that you're finding that spending just a little half-hour time with us helps to refocus, recharge your batteries for the days ahead. That's why we're here. Okay, my next guest is an award-winning journalist and author, adjunct professor, who truly believes in the positive power of mindfulness. You've heard about this, but how does it really work? So come on, let's find out. Lou Hanessian is joining us right now. Lou, so good to have you here.
Ernie, so great to see you. So great to see you.
You know, Lou, we're all bombarded, with a lot of negative news out there, and it's really stressful. And the thing is, how do we declutter our minds? How do we do this? Help us out.
That is the big question, right? Because the news cycles and the social media feeds will not slow down. They just will not stop. And there's a good reason, right? This has been a friend to us over the last few years because we've been trying to connect. We've been trying to seek solace. We've been trying to distract ourselves, which are all good coping strategies. But do you know the latest statistics is that we check our phone about 63 times a day.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
But it's not just that we check our phones, that we're spending about 38 hours a week.
Too much.
That's almost a second job, right? If you look at the standard work week. So about 38 hours a week. Now guess how many hours we spend in nature per week?
Oh, please, what, a couple of hours at the most?
Less than 5.
Less than 5.
Less than 5.
There you go. Sure.
Right.
Not good.
So when we think of mental clutter, we don't think of gardening. We don't think of a walk in the park. We don't think of walking and hiking into a forest.
No, we don't.
We think of mental clutter. And it's interesting because I like to go to the research. I like to go to the science. So what are the sources of mental clutter? So it turns out that it's the too much to do, the overwhelm of feeling flooded, emotionally flooded.
Too much.
It's the ruminating on the past, right? And it's the worrying about the future.
Okay, so help us out, Lou. How do we change all of that? How do we reverse that feeling? Mindfulness, we hear a lot about that.
We have to drill down a bit more, right? Because what is it that's bothering us? What is it that's producing that anxiety? And it turns out one of the biggest factors that pulls us out of mindfulness into mindlessness and to kind of that mental clutter is a feeling of unpredictability. Well, look around, unpredictability, isolation, the sense that things will get worse, and a sense that we don't have an outlet. So we need to find the antidotes. So what can we make predictable?
Yeah, what do we do?
How do we do? What's the antidote to isolation?
Okay.
Spending time with people.
Exactly.
Right? Building an active social network, friends, family. I just read a study a couple of days ago that just came out. Reach out to old friends. We underestimate how much they appreciate it.
Sure.
Reach out to people, right? So that's one of the biggest antidotes.
Having that connection, connect with people. I agree with you 100%. You have to do, and there's proof that if we do these things, that we live healthier and live longer, right? We can live longer.
You know, this is huge. I mean, I'm so glad you brought that up, because practicing mindfulness, it's not one more thing to do on our checklist. It is a way of feeling alive and aware and alert. But we can't do that when we're in survival mode. So if we're in a fear and stress response that's just stuck because we've been in chronic stress too long, too much, too intense, we need to learn how to find that inner dial, dial it down. We need to learn how to reset. And part of that is spend more time outside, right? Connecting with people who we care about. But it's also learning to notice what's happening inside.
You bet.
That's the thing I do. Paying attention and with intention, right? So one of the definitions of mindfulness that we hear a lot from Jon Kabat-Zinn and many of the other experts through the years as we've studied this and its impact on the brain, even the Dalai Lama believes that mindfulness is really good for us. And that is paying attention on purpose in the moment without judgment. And what's that without judgment?
That's right, and we have to learn to practice that, right? We have to be disciplined. Quickly, what's great about America, Lou? What's great about our country?
So many things. I would say that from a lot of the people that I work with and just the pulse that I take from my graduate students to people that I meet, we're always trying to figure out how to do it better. We're always trying to figure out what is the positive, what is the flip side. And if we just pay attention to something that we're built with, which is breath, which is we're just this kind of walking miracle here. Just take time to just take a deep breath in and release it. We remember how to reset, and that's built in, and it's free.
Love it. Lou, I thank you so much. Thank you for the good words, okay?
Take care, Ernie.
All right, after a quick break, our Billy Floyd is asking America about the best gift you've ever given someone. Can you think about yours? Stay with us. We'll be right back on Positively America.
Welcome back to Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd. This week, we're asking America, what's the best gift you've ever given someone?
I think a puppy. Yeah, to my sister. I gave a puppy to my sister.
And what was her reaction when you gave her that pup?
She was really happy.
Life.
Now explain that in a little detail for me.
I have a daughter, and she's like the best thing that ever happened to me, and probably saved my life.
Tell me about the best gift you've given someone.
I got my friend a curry tree.
And what was their reaction when they saw that curry tree?
They loved it because they can use all the leaves for spices and they don't have to pay for it at the store. And it's the gift that keeps giving as it grows.
What's the best gift you've ever given someone?
For last Christmas, I ordered for my sister a personalized picture of her and her horse, whom she had to sell right after, so she was really happy about that.
And how did it make you feel giving her that gift?
I was proud of my gift.
Tell me about the best gift you've ever given someone.
Best gift was a toolbox. I got my sister a cloak that she's always wanted for her birthday, and when she opened it up, the expression on her face was priceless.
Looks like America's feeling generous. We'll see you next week on Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd.
All right, thank you, Billy. Finally, let's just talk for a minute. Did you know that children smile or laugh about 300 times a day? If you're around kids, you know that's true. But what about us adults? No surprise, grown-ups smile or laugh maybe 15 or 20 times a day. That's not much. Of course, we know that adults have more responsibilities and some serious issues to deal with, but we still need to take time to smile, relax, laugh a little bit more. I try to remember that every day, and it really makes a difference. Now, it's true what they say, that laughter is the best medicine. It draws people together in ways to trigger healthy physical and emotional changes in the body. Laughter, it strengthens your immune system. It can boost your mood. It can ease pain and the damaging effects of stress. Now, researchers tell us that nothing works faster to bring your mind and your body back into balance than a good laugh. Now, personally, I look for ways to chill and not take everything so seriously. Come on, I want you to lighten up. Lighten up your burdens, laugh a little bit more, live healthier. I want you to give it a try and let me know if it works for you. I've been doing it for a long time. If you smile, it's that reaction within your body that really makes you feel good, and it shares the love everywhere. Thanks for watching us on Positively America. I'm Ernie Anastas, and we'll see you next time, right here